What's going on, guys? Fullster, and I'm back with another video. Today's video, I'll be doing an in-depth Camille jungle guide. She is one of the best junglers you can play right now, in my opinion. She has insane early gank pressure, plus she counters tank meta, which like Rammus, Joannis, all those types of champions you're gonna get against you in a jungle right now. She's very good into those champions because of the fact that she does have that early game pressure, but also the true damage out of her Q, which is gonna allow you to just kill those people really fast. Also, she's recently been picked up in the LCS, and since then, I've gotten quite a few requests for her. So if you're excited to see this guide, please make sure to hit the thumbs up. It means a lot, helps a lot, and yeah, let's get right into it. Now, rune page-wise, there are two main runes that Camille can pick up. Two good options, at least. The first option is the Electrocute rune, and the second option is the Press the Attack rune. Both synergize pretty well with Camille, and especially the Press the Attack, because she is auto attack based, but the Electrocute rune is mainly there to help you in getting that extra damage early game, which is gonna allow you to snowball a little bit harder. And this is also the rune I prefer using on Camille, because from all my testing in the last week or so, I've played her a lot of times, a lot of games. I've tried both. I've tried Press the Attack and I've tried Electrocute, but I usually come out on top more often with Electrocute than Press the Attack, because this extra burst damage allows you to just completely delete people. As soon as you hit someone with the hook shot, so your E, off the wall, and then hit him with that, and then you can easily follow it up with an instant W hit as well, and then a Q or an auto attack into a Q reset, so you can auto attack reset from your Q. You're just gonna straight murder people. So I find that to be more useful than actually having Press the Attack. Press the Attack does scale better. So going damage-wise, Press the Attack will give you more damage mid to late game, but early game, Electrocute's gonna help you a lot more. And that's why I personally prefer Electrocute, but if that's not your playstyle and you're looking mid to late game type champions, then Press the Attack will help you a little bit more. I'll go over both setups, but yeah, let's get Electrocute set up first. This is the one I prefer using, and this is the one I would recommend you to use, because it's a little easier to play with, because it's gonna give you a better lead in the early game. So Electrocute, of course. Then Sudden Impact, no-brainer. Camille with her hookshot has a lot of dashes, and then Sudden Impact is going to provide you with a lot of damage from that. So that's going to allow you to one-shot people and 1v1 people early very easily. Then after that, you pick up the Zombie Ward. It's the best option out of that tree. It's going to give you a lot of extra vision control, so that's definitely good for you. And then you pick up the Relentless Hunter here, because it's going to give you all that extra out-of-combat movement speed. The other two don't help you on Camille. The Ravenous Hunter doesn't help you at all, because it doesn't count on your Q, so your Q counts as a basic attack, so it's not a spell damage. And then this doesn't count, so that won't help you, but then Relentless Hunter is very good for just straight roaming speed. Now the secondary one on this one, I will always pick up a Triumph Coup de Grace combo. The reason I like this combo on Camille is because it allows me to just dive in and have a lot of burst damage on people. That's what I really look for with Electrocute as well. Just to have that burst damage, have that oomph on the enemy. Just completely one-shot them early game. And that's gonna, also the Triumph's gonna, provide me with extra gold. So I get a little bit more gold every time I get, a kill or something like that. And then also the HP restoration is very nice as well if you don't have your lifesteal items yet. So that's going to allow you to stick in fights a little bit longer and come out on top more often. So this is the combination I like to... This is my rune page. This is the way I like to run it on Camille. Because of the early game damage. It's burst damage. It's just high pressure type of gameplay with Relentless Hunter. You're going to be around the map faster. And that's one of the setups. Now the other setup here with Precision is the Press the Attack setup. And again, Triumph is probably the best one to go for. Now here you have two options. You can go Alacrity, which is definitely not bad, because Camille definitely needs her auto attack, so having extra attack speed will pretty much mean she can auto attack faster. But I don't really like the Alacrity that much on Camille if I'm going this one. I'm honestly much prefer the Bloodline one for the lifesteal. It allows you to just go without lifesteal for a long period of time, and even pick it up as a lost item even, and then still make a lot of stuff work. You have a lot of auto attack resets, 2 auto attack resets out of 1 Q, which is really good for you, so you can auto-attack, then Q, and then auto-attack Q again. So having the lifesteal on that actually saved me more than actually having the attack speed. So Bloodline is a better choice than the attack speed, in my opinion. So I would definitely recommend you to go with Bloodline. It's going to be a lot safer, you're going to have a lot more sustain, and that's just going to help you a little bit more. Now here with Press the Attack, you're looking for longer fights, sustainable fights. You're going to get quite low in those fights, so Last Stand's a much better choice in this case. You're looking for those types of fights with Press the Attack. you're not looking to one-shot people with electrocute, so going for coup de grace will help you that much. So definitely in those situations with the press the attack, I would go for the lost talent option, and then, yeah. Now, as a secondary tree on this one, there are a couple of options. You can go for the inspiration tree with the magical footwear / stopwatch, whichever you want, and like a cosmic insight. Cosmic insight is very good on Camille because it's going to allow you to have that extra CDR. Having CDR on Camille is very, very good. Also having extra like CDR on literally everything is just good in general. So cosmic insight is very nice. Ult cooldowns matter a lot on Camille because that ult is a free kill, as I said earlier as well. Every ult is a free kill, or earlier. I actually don't know if I mentioned that yet. But hey, every ult, you get a free kill. So definitely, that's not bad. This is definitely not bad of a choice. Same concept goes kind of here with the ultimate head. You could pick this up with like a Gathering Storm combination. Or, yeah, this is what I usually... Like, this is one of the janky options, I guess. You can go for like the ultimate head with Gathering Storm combination if you're going press the attack. Because then you're looking to scale a little bit more with press the attack. You're not looking for all that early pressure. And if you're looking to scale to mid to late game, Gathering Storm is going to like... up your damage so much. If you have this later stages of the game, it pretty much just means you win. The more, like, it's actually that insane on Camille. And then again, the ultimate head will like help ult cooldown. So those are two options, and then the last option is going into this tree and picking up the sudden impact with the Relentless Hunter one. If you're still looking for some early pressure, if you know what I'm saying. Like, the Relentless Hunter will provide you with a lot of extra roaming speed, so that's definitely not going to be too bad. And then the sudden impact is going to provide you with a lot of extra damage straight up as well. So those are your options as secondary trees. If I'm going press the attack, I personally quite like the inspiration tree with this. And I go for like a combination of like perfect timing with cosmic insight or maybe magical footwear or something like that. That's the option I would go for most of the time with press the attack. And sometimes into some matchups, if I'm kind of looking to scale, but also looking to do a good amount of early game. If I'm like if I'm against an early game jungler like Lee Sin or Elise or something, then I go for like something like this because this will allow me some early game pressure whilst also still being able to scale very well with press the attack. But to be honest, if I am facing that Elise or Lee Sin or anything like that, I will go with the electrocute setup over the other setup because I just find this to be way more like consistent and way better to just win games with because you can easily get ahead early game and then scale out of control anyway without having press the attack because Camille just skills that well. So those are pretty much your rune options. Do whatever you like, honestly. I would recommend this, but if you like press the attack that much on Camille, then you can also definitely go for that. It's definitely not a bad rune. It's very close to electrocute, but yeah. Now let's move on to the items. Yep, there we go. The items, I mean, the start on Camille is pretty straightforward. You go for the machete with a refillable potion. Basic start, you don't really, like, it's safer on Camille to go for a triple health potion, but you can also just ask your support to tank like 2 or 3 hits for you from your initial buff camp. It's not going to cost them much, especially if they're like an Alistar or a Thresh or something like that. It's going to cost them like nothing, and it's going to help you out a lot because Camille does take a lot of damage in her initial clear, and you have to respect that, so you definitely need to make sure that either your support tanks or like you have like a support that can heal you a little bit or something like that, or just kite your camp as much as possible. I don't know. You have to make sure you save your HP somehow. This is a risky pickup. If you are new to Camille, I would recommend you to pick up the triple HP potion because it's a little safer. It's going to provide you with a little bit more HP. Later in the gameplay as well, you'll see how low I actually get even when people tank for me. So you can see, it's completely up to you. You can try it out, whatever you want, really. I usually go with refillable potion still because it's survivable your first clear without like triple HP potion, but it's safer. Let me put it that way. So that's up to you, but yeah. Main items on Camille, as fast as possible. You kind of want your Tiamat. If the game is high pressure, high gank, like if there's a lot of pressure in a game, you don't really want to rush the Tiamat. You then instead want to rush your jungle item. These are very, like, both very key components, like very early type of key components that you want to rush. Tiamat's going to be very huge on Camille farming wise. So if you're in a slower paced game, not really too many ganks going on, then Tiamat's better because you're going to be able to farm a lot faster. She doesn't really have any way to AoE clear camps, so clearing your Krugs and your Raptors will be a lot easier with Tiamat and a lot faster as well. Even your Wolf camp is a lot faster with Tiamat. Just everything in general. Camille needs Tiamat to clear her jungle camps effectively, so try to rush this as fast as possible. But if the game is a little bit more aggressive and you're ganking a little bit more, then rushing this is actually a lot better because it's going to provide you with more attack damage and just overall more dueling potential from the Red Smite. Those are your options. I will pick them up no matter what, every single game, either way. So even if it's a high pressure game, I will rush warrior and then go Tiamat right after, or I just go Tiamat into a warrior right after. So it's either way. You get what I'm saying. And then just straight up boots. I mean, you buy some regular boots, but then of course you upgrade the boots into either ninjas or mercs, really. You just want to have that extra, like, tankiness from your boots on Camille. You're looking to dive in still. You're not really a full tank. You're more of a bruiser type champion, but having these boots is very good. Also, combining these boots with a Relentless Hunter will still provide you with a lot of out of combat movement speed, so you're still going to be able to roam easily. And yeah, pick those up as fast as possible. Tier 2 boots on junglers are definitely very good to have, like, early on, because it's going to provide you with more clear speed and more gank potential, / counter gank potential. So this is like a core setup. This is what you want to go for pretty much as fast as possible every single game. And then from there, you just want to move into like your main damage items. The main damage item on Camille is your Triforce. This is pretty much going to give you everything you could possibly ever want on Camille. The Sheen proc, movement speed, cooldown reduction to have lower ult cooldowns. Cooldown reduction combined with your warrior enchant from this is going to give you a straight 30%. And then if you have a blue buff, it's going to max you out instantly. So it's very good to have that combination going. It's providing you with a lot of CDR, and then you have a lot of ults to go off of that, which means a lot of free kills. Triforce on Camille is a no-brainer every game, honestly. A very good component to pick up first on this is the Sheen. If you instantly have the money for it. If you don't instantly have the money for Sheen, then buy components from a Phage. That's better, because the Mana Crystal isn't really going to help you at all. It's better to have the extra attack damage / health in that situation. If you have enough money to straight up buy a Sheen, it's the best one to go for in Camille, because it scales really well with both your Q, like auto attack. So you can auto attack, then Q for a Sheen proc, and then auto attack, and then Q again with the true damage Sheen proc as well. So you're going to hit harder with that as well. And then that way you're just going to be able to chunk people easier. It's the best one out of the components for Camille. So now your setup with this is pretty much looking like... This is kind of like a core setup every game. This is something like this. It's always what you're going to look for as fast as possible. Now, to follow this up, what I do every single game pretty much as well is pick up Asterix. This in combination with Triforce, and then going off of that with the true damage Q procs, is going to give you insane amounts of damage out of that. You can easily true damage Q proc someone for like 900 damage with the items right here. And that's pretty much one-shotting like any AD carry, any mid laner, and most junglers, even if they're a tank. Because 900 true damage procs is just straight up means you're going to half HP them with one combo, no matter what. So it's a very strong combination. This is going to up your base attack damage a lot, and then your Sheen proc becomes a lot stronger. And then also this is going to help you just stay alive longer, because it prevents prevents you from getting bursted down, which then in turn allows you to lifesteal back with Bloodline if you picked it, or if you have some lifesteal from like the Vamp Scepter or something like that, then that would work too. Now, later on in this build, I upgrade my Tiamat that I picked up earlier into a Ravenous Hydra in most games. Some games I will opt for the Titanic Hydra instead, especially if I go for Press the Attack. If I go for Press the Attack, I will go Titanic Hydra, because then I will have gone for Bloodline, mostly in my tree. So I will have the extra lifesteal from that, and that will be enough lifesteal for me. So then having the extra auto attack reset out of your Titanic Hydra is actually really, really nice. And that will provide you with just straight, like, burst potential in people as well. Ravenous Hydra with the Electrocute setup is a little bit better, because it's going to provide you with lifesteal. And then also just straight burst damage again, because if you jump towards someone with, like, hookshot and then hit it with that, you can instantly Ravenous Hydra, or Ravenous Hydra for, like, 350 to 400 damage on them instantly, which is a very high amount of added burst. Like, added to your Electrocute, added to, like, an auto attack Q. It's just straight gonna burst people. So in this case, it's better to go for this. If you went Press the Attack, it's better to go Titanic in this case, because then the Titanic will, like, allow you to instantly proc your Press the Attack. What you can do then is auto attack, or like auto attack Titanic into an instant Q, or auto attack Q into an instant Titanic. It's an instant 3-hit combo. It's instantly gonna press the attack, proc your Press the Attack, and then you'll be fine. Like, you're gonna go from there, and then your empowered Q or your true damage Q will hit more with Press the Attack combo, and then that way, you know? So that, and then as a final item in literally both forms, honestly, is your Guardian Angel. It's a very, like, one-dimensional type of build, because it's a very heavy damage build that you're going for on this one. You're really not looking for any type of specific tank items into anything specific, because apart from your boots, of course, like, your Sterix is gonna be your main like block for damage. And apart from that, you're playing kind of like an assassin, so it's a pretty one-dimensional build, and it's gonna provide you with a lot of damage output as well. Now, if you are going press the attack, there is one other option that you can go for. You can go for, instead of the warrior enchant, you can pick up the Cinderhawk enchant as well. It's gonna make you a lot more tanky. It is gonna reduce your early game damage by a good amount though, but I mean that's the trade-off you're making. The Cinderhawk will synergize really well with the Sterix Gates, but then also with the Titanic Hydra because it's a tanky item, and then that way your HP pool is going to go up a lot more. And then with this build, you can end this off with like an extra added tank item. So if you went for press the attack, scaling into the later stages, you could go for the Cinderhawk with... okay. Then like something like this with boots, and then you have room for like one tank item to end off with. Can be anything, can even be the Guardian Angel if you want to, but then if you go for something HP, your Titanic Hydra becomes stronger, so then in those situations that would be better. So you can literally fit anything that's good against the enemy team. You can go like, I mean, you can literally press armor, see what is there. Wait, I don't want to go damage. You can go Stone Plates, you can go Random One's Omen, and like anything that works into the enemy team well, you can easily go for that. And that's the option you have as well. I wouldn't advise going for Cinderhawk if you went the Electrocute way, because with the Electrocute way, you are looking to burst early game. You are looking to be as high damage, high pressure possible in the early game. So Warrior is just straight better then. But if you went press the attack, you're looking to scale a little bit more mid to late game. Then Cinderhawk can trump the Warrior enchant, because then it's just gonna synergize better with the Titanic Hydra setup that you want to go for with the press the attack, and then just straight gonna make you a lot more tanky. So that's pretty much the Camille build. If you guys have any questions on this build, make sure to put them in the comments below. If you guys have enjoyed this video so far, please make sure to hit the thumbs up. It means a lot. And yeah, subscribe for more as well. If you, by the way, if you have suggestions for guides as well, put them in the comments below. I will look at that. Like, I will always look at my comments, and then maybe your like champion suggestion will be the next guide. Now, let's get right into the gameplay. Alright, welcome to the gameplay section of this guide. As you can see, I'm playing Camille, of course, into a Jax. This is probably one of the worst matchups you could possibly get as Camille, because Jax has his dodge mechanic, and, well, he just dodges your Q, so that's most your damage output. And yeah, so this is pretty much a perfect game to show you guys, like, one of her harder matchups in the jungle. How you can win this, and how you have to play Camille, so that's really good, at least. Now here I'm always starting bot side with Camille. Doesn't really matter like what side I am on, because it's gonna give me the best leash. Camille's early clears pretty bad. It's best if your support can like tank 2 hits for you, maybe 3 hits from your initial buff camp. That will be optimal for you, since that will save you some HP. And yeah, that's really what you want to look for. So if you want to play Camille jungle, try to ask for that, or like a really strong leash, but then still, if your support tanks, then you're good. Unless your support's like a Janna or something, that doesn't work. But if it's like Alistar, Thresh, Blitzcrank, those kind of champions, they can easily tank like 3 hits, no problem. It will cost them nothing. Maybe like... yeah, it will actually cost them straight up nothing, and it's going to help you quite a lot in just having a little bit more health in your health pool, because you will lose quite a lot of health early on Camille. Her jungle clear really starts picking up after you get a couple levels, and then also mainly your Tiamat, of course. So yeah. Now here I'm starting bot lane. As you can see, right, I'm just going to speed this up a little bit here. As you can see, I'm kind of trying to make sure the Alistar tanks this. So I'm walking back, letting Alistar tank like a couple hits, and this is the ideal type of HP you want to walk away from your buff camp with. Like 1 hit, maybe 2 hits, because then you will have no problems clearing the rest without getting too low, and you're still able to go for like a gank or something like that. Because if you have to tank everything, and they don't really help you out, then you can't really go for a gank after your entire clear. You'll be like half HP or like a little bit below half, usually, and then you'll have a slight problem when it comes to just having the gank, because... I mean, unless the enemy gets like really low and stuff like that, then yeah, but that usually doesn't happen. Now, as you can see, pretty much half HP, which is decent enough. I would be much, much lower, but also I wouldn't, something to say, I wouldn't go for like the Gromp. I usually just go for the triple camp, so double buff camp with wolves. and then gank, because then will keep me at like a very high HP, but there wasn't really a gank option. Trandamir was pushed in, LeBlanc was pushed in, and Bolt was pushing in. I mean, was never going to get Bolt in time either way, but yeah. So I opted for just going for the Gromp, because that was an option for me. There was nothing to gank, so I might as well, and there's really no invading a Jax for me. Now right here, I'm kind of just waiting it out, because this Riven is really low, and with the way Camille's E works, or hook shot, you can use it on a wall, and it has a really far jump range, and if you combine it with your W, as you might see in a second here, I'm pretty sure I'll use it, you can close a lot of range. As you can see right here, I jump in. I didn't get as much range as I thought right there, so I jump in, I do kill the Riven, but I do trade the kill with Jax, so that was really not that good for me, but at least to get the kill on Riven, you know, I'm back with a decent amount of gold out of that, so it's not too bad, but I kind of thought I would get away with that one. Let me put it that way. I really thought I would get away with that choice right there, but it didn't. So, oh, I wasn't on my character model. My bad. Let's go back a bit. So I come out of base. Now, my first back here is the red smite with boots. My most likely scenario here is I wanted to go for the bot lane, because I saw they were like pushing in towards our team more. Our bot lane was kind of low, so there was really a good gank potential there, and at that point it's really good to just pick up red smite and boots. It's a very strong combination. It's going to give you a lot of fight potential. And I didn't have enough for like a Tiamat straight up, so I was like, alright, I might as well buy the red smite and boots, because buying double longsword, like all the parts of Tiamat, doesn't really help you until you get Tiamat. So that's really what I'm saying here. So at that point, it's like really good to just go for like a boots combination with maybe double longsword. That could work for like 1,000 gold. As long as you just pick up your boots. But I opted for the red smite because I was looking to gank a little bit more, and it's going to give me more fight potential against the Jax as well. So I kind of want to get that early, because if I don't have red smite against Jax, he has a really good chance of just straight up killing me before like anything happens. So right here, that's a typical gank position from a Camille. Let me just back one more time. Alright, it's about here. So this is a pretty typical gank wave position for bot lane. They don't have this warded. You can easily cross this entire wall if you jump towards enemies. If you don't jump towards enemies, you're never gonna make it. So you have to make sure you jump towards enemies. So that's what I do right here. I just go for the Twitch. I'm barely not in range, but I combine it with my W. So if he like tried to flash it earlier than that he did, then he would have hit by my slow, and then we would have killed him straight up anyway. Now Alistar just goes in kind of randomly there. I was still waiting for some of my cooldowns. I didn't have my E up yet, so that was really not working out for me. You have to remember that your E on level 1 Camille is a 16-second cooldown, which is really, really long. So that's something you have to keep in mind. So yeah, I'm just waiting in this brush, really. It's not warded, I know that for sure. But the risk here is that Jax is going to be able to show up very soon. And if Jax shows up to like counter gank or just gank in general, then I could have a problem. Now right here, I just go for the Twitch. Chen just used everything on the Varus right there. I have more than enough damage combined like with my red smite and just my straight auto attack resets to kill the Twitch. As you can see right here, Twitch is about to die. Sadly my Q ran out, just barely. But I do get the Twitch, that's really good for me. Chen will try to fight me on this one, I do believe. Yeah, he's really trying to fight me for no real reason. I am much stronger than him, and as soon as my E gets back up, I just stun him and he's down. Jax does come here for the gank. A little bit late on his part, to be honest. But he does show up, and that's gonna cost him... it's gonna give him 2 kills, pretty much, because we kind of overstayed in that fight a little bit. Now, Alistar there... He fails his knock-up. Man, this Alistar, this game, I don't know, but hey. Right here, I tried to slow him a little bit to buy Varus sometime. I'm really just waiting for like a hook shot here. I don't have enough mana either. It costs 100 mana. Alistar right there fails his combo, so that kind of puts me in a very awkward position against the Jax. If he hit that combo on the Jax, I would have been able to survive, but he chooses to flash and then red smite auto attack me, and there's nothing I can do. I didn't have mana to like the hook shot away earlier, so that's just the way it's gotta be, man. I died there straight up. And yeah, that's pretty much from overstaying that a little too long. Now right here, I pick up the double longsword, obviously working towards the Tiamat. Or potentially even the warrior jungle item, depending on how the game's gonna go down. But yeah, mostly the Tiamat, because you definitely want to be able to get that extra jungle clear speed in. Alright, here we see the Jax on bot lane, so I'm there just running down bot lane instantly to make this counter gank work. As you can see, the wave position here is quite close to our turret. So they kind of have to dove in and took a lot of damage from this. They're both level 4. This guy's level 6 though, which is a slight problem, but this should be fine. The Shen is here stunned by the Alistar, and I can easily follow that up with a hook shot over the wall. Get him with that. get my electrocute proc on him, red smite him as well, and then just get him with my W. That's pretty much a perfect counter gank. That just cross wall, get the stun on the Shen, and then we pick up a kill in that counter gank. Now he combos the Jax there, which is really unfortunate. If he comboed the Twitch in that case, we would have killed the Twitch because the Twitch didn't have any summoners. He also doesn't have the potential to put his dodge up, so there's no way like the Twitch can dodge my damage, whilst Jax can dodge my damage, and that was kind of unfortunate. Alistar made some bad decisions on that one again. Alright, here I'm just gonna go for my red buff. This is gonna provide me with level 6, which is a very, very high like gank spike, if I can put it that way, because your ultimate pretty much guarantees a kill on anything. Now, the LeBlanc is kind of baiting the Anivia in. Anivia has no act, they're all really low. I get in range, hit the stun on him, and he is just down. That's another pickup for me. 5 kill participation, 6 kills on the team. Very, very nice. I'm gonna have to help this LeBlanc push out here. If you gank for a lane and the laner is like kind of low, always just walk to push it. If you don't walk to push it, then you're gonna just put your team behind, which is really not good for you. Because then they... you won't be able to deny away from the enemy laner, and they won't really lose anything. Whilst if it's like slow pushing towards the enemy, your teammate will lose a lot because they will lose like 2 or 3 minion waves, which is actually insane. So definitely want to push that out where you can. I'm currently sitting on 1200 gold, so I definitely need to look towards backing quite soon. But my top lane camps are up, so I definitely want to just pick these up real quick and then back right after. Because then I can continue my jungle clear from bot side onwards, and we're fine. So here, just finishing off the blue buff and the Gromp. Yeah, there you go. And then time to back. Actually, apparently not. Alright, the fight on top lane is going down. Fenrir was getting engaged upon. I go on the Riven here. I get them with the E over the wall for a massive range, and then slow ult him. This ult pretty much guarantees the kill on him. And then Trandamir does die to a Jax. There's nothing I can really do here because my E's on cooldown, my W's on cooldown. I can't really walk up to the Jax either, so I'm kind of just doing my best here to like slow him down a little bit. I thought I would be able to save that and just like get out, but then Shen ults and then Shen gets the taunt on and we still die. So due to a Shen ult there, we kind of got wrecked pretty hard. But hey, I mean, it happens. There's not much you can do against those types of plays. Also, Jax is a very good Camille counter, so he has that advantage going over me like the entire game already. Sure, I've inted some kills to this guy, but hey. That's just my own fault, right? He's level 7. That's a good advantage on me right now. He is going to be able to get the top turret here. We're pinging to make me collapse on this because he's definitely going to stay for this turret. It's going to be first turret. So even if he gives his life, it's actually still worth. Now we completely collapse on him here. He goes on the Trandamir. I stun the Jax and we pick him up fairly easily. I got the shutdown gold on him, which is very good for me as well. And then get my double buffs, which allows me to make a lot more plays happen. So it's really good. 5, 3, and 2. 41 CS, not the greatest in CS. I've been like kind of making up for my laner's mistakes a lot here. But yeah. Get my E over the wall here. Walk up towards the Riven. Use my W to slow him down. I'm literally just waiting for my E to get back off cooldown here. I saw her use her ultimate, so I needed to make sure that I don't just walk into the brush and get one shot. I just wait for my cooldowns. There's no way for her to go, and then you just wait for her that way. Now right here, I have to make sure that I pick up the top turret here to make sure both top turrets are gone. My bot lane is fighting here though, so I'm definitely want to look towards going there quite soon. But what I figured is there's no way I was going to get in that fight in time. I will have my ultimate up here. I think it's already up. I think this is bugged because I quite remember this to be up. Yeah, here I ult the Riven. I just stun him over the wall, ult the Riven, and then get him with my W. That's a pretty easy type of gank. You just E over the wall, ult somebody, and you're pretty much guaranteed to kill that guy, so that's pretty good. Now we're here trading, like, whatever they took bot lane, we're trading this for, like, another top turret. So we picked up 2 top turrets and 2 kills on Riven for going top lane, which is not bad for me at all. I'm 7, 3, and 2 as well, so that's putting me in a very, very comfortable lead. Camille's ganks are insane, so definitely, as you can see, you need to make use of that. And yeah. Now, there's still bot lane here. They just recently got the turret, so the best play we can make right now is going for the Herald. There is really no way for them to contest us on this Herald, so there's really nothing to be afraid of that, like, really. The only thing is Jax will go for the red buff here, which is kind of unfortunate for me, but if my team collapses properly with LeBlanc and Varus, he should not be able to win a 2v1. But yeah, so Varus is collapsing on the Jax right now, which is pretty good, but LeBlanc is apparently very much blind, because I did type in chat to this guy that he should go towards my red buff because Jax is there. So that's kind of unfortunate. LeBlanc reacts somewhat slow, and I think the Jax kills the Varus here. Actually, no, he didn't. But yeah, LeBlanc should be able to easily clean this up. Oh, never mind, Shen ultimate goes down. We do pick up the Rift Herald though. As a jungler, you always really want to have the Rift Herald. It's not good to give your Rift Herald away to anyone else, because you're the one that's going to be around the map making plays. So you're going to have the best, like, advantage in actually using that Herald properly. Let me need to go back to myself here, actually, because we missed the kill. So yeah, just pick the Rift Herald up yourself. I was looking the back here. The reason I was looking the back is because I have the Baron recall, or like the Rift Herald recall. It's going to put me closer to this fight a little bit sooner, since the fight is likely going to go in this direction right now. So it's going to be putting me closer a little bit sooner, and then that way the recall would be a little faster. Also, I have 2,600 gold, which is a lot of money. So in that situation, backing would be better, but I kind of was put in a position where I couldn't really back anymore because we saw the Twitch mid lane. And as soon as you see that guy mid lane, all you have to do is hook shot, land him with the W, like the combo. You can W mid-air, so then you just slow him down, get onto him, red smite him, auto attack him, and then auto attack with the true damage, and he's gone. Now right here, I remember this very clearly because I'm a boosted animal, apparently. Look at this. I go in, miss the hit on Jax, and then completely forget about his dodge for some odd reason, and then I just end. That was like, oh my god, I don't know. That was pretty much boosted animal behavior, nothing else to say about that one. And I do still lose my red buff of that. I should not have gone for that. I should have just recalled after I killed the Twitch. That would have been a much better play than instead of going for that one. But yeah. Sometimes you have those moments, you know. The animal inside comes out. Trendemir dies, unfortunately, but hey, it doesn't really matter. I'm pretty much 1v9 in this game, as you can see. I have a bot lane that's 2 and 8, my top laner is 2 and 5, and my mid laner is 0 and 2. I have 8 kills. I have 10 kill participation out of our 12 kills as well, which is big. And then here I just pick up the Tiamat with the Sheen and Phage. It's kind of a late Tiamat. Later than usual, at least. Usually it's my first item, but in this game specifically there was so much action and like so little farming that it's actually better to pick up after your jungle item. Now right here, this again, same type of mechanic on Camille. This mechanic will recur a lot, and this mechanic is the one you have to use quite a lot as well. I'll slow this down again for you guys. Now Alistar gets the engage on the Twitch here. Twitch is still trying to kill the LeBlanc, so I E on the turret. My E gets a bigger range because I jump towards enemy champions. Then I press my W mid-air to hit the slow on Twitch. I flash on top of the Twitch, I believe, yeah, to finish him off. And then to dodge this wall, I ulti Anivia. And even if she then flashes away, my ult will follow her. So she has no way to escape this. And that's the way I just pick up both of them as well. We traded 2 for 1 there. I have 10 kills now. I'm definitely in a very good spot to be able to 1v9 this game. My team is pretty much useless, but yeah. A lot of Camille's pressure that I kept up from just ganking constantly and just getting those like wall hops with like the W slow into a kill. Very much helping out. Here again, same type of concept. Just hit him with the E, W in the mid-air. Slow the Riven with that W and then walk up and get the kill. 11 kills, 4 deaths. I mean, 4 deaths. 2 of those deaths are pretty boosted. The other 2 I can't remember. But hey, yeah. Into a counter matchup, I'm doing very, very well for myself. Jax definitely had the advantage, but because I got like a lot of free kills in, I was able to just pull this out for a long time and get myself very much ahead. I pulled this into the brush because I saw the Jax somewhere around here on the minimap. So I just pulled it in so to see if he maybe shows up so he can instantly smite it, something like that. Currently I'm sitting on 2k gold, which is pretty much my Triforce, so I definitely need to look towards backing right after this. I still have the Rift Herald back, so I can quickly use that to back fast, which is nice. And then pick up my Triforce with the Health Crystal going into a Sterak's there. The Sterak's Triforce combination on Camille is really good because she makes use of makes very good use of Sheen procs. So like making sure the Sheen procs are as strong as possible is very, very beneficial for you. And definitely something you want to look for. Now right here my Rift Herald's about to end, so I definitely need to place this bot lane. Definitely need to place that bot lane. Just give it like a push with Trendemir together. Now right here I see the Jax right there, so I need to be quite careful. He is pretty much as strong as me at the moment. So I definitely need to respect him quite a lot. I was looking to maybe E in, but then the Shen also was right there, so I didn't have the chance. Jax does, however, jump in on me, and I can abuse that by just using my ult on him, and he gets just completely locked out. There's nothing he can do. Again, same concept. Use your E and then W to try to get the slow. I was a little bit out of range on that one, but yeah. Still the same thing applies. Now right here we go a little bit deep on this. Camille does have a lot of damage, but Shen is very annoying because he can pretty much do the same thing Jax does and dodge your auto attacks. So he kind of just blocked a lot of my damage there. I wasn't able to kill that Shen, and then the Twitch flanks us and pretty much kills us. We slightly overextended on that one. It's really just our bad completely. We should have respected the Twitch a little bit more, but yeah. Now, currently need to buy... I picked up my Ninja Tabi disc back right here. It's actually very, very good against our team. They do have a lot of CC in the form of like Jax stun and Nivea and like Shen taunt, Riven stun, all that kind of stuff. But into their team comp, it's better to go Ninja Tabi because they do like most of their damage comes from auto attacks apart from Nivea. So having the extra like tank that way is like a lot better than having Mercs in this case. Also, having Mercs on Camille doesn't really matter too much because you kind of need to play it as an assassin a little bit more. So you're really not looking to get hit by straight up hard CC. You're always looking to go in pretty much after the CC to make the optimal play. So yeah. Alright, here I'm just kind of chilling. Varus is top lane, Trandamir is bot lane, and there's really nothing we can do against this push if they don't like back and group with us. So I'm kind of just like waiting it out here. I'm 12, right now 12-5-2 with nearly 100 CS, which is pretty good. This has been a high, like, pressure kill game, so the CS numbers are kind of lacking on this one. But that's to be expected in those types of games. There's really nothing wrong with that. Now right here we see the Jax top lane, and I saw the enemy team moving towards the dragon, so I was like, alright, damn, I definitely need to move towards this dragon, because I can easily steal this. If the enemy jungler is top lane, don't have a smite, so then doing the dragon for them becomes really risky. Now Shen here does make a very good play in actually going for me and just like trying to 1v1 me, even though he will lose that for sure. There's no way he lives through this. It does allow his team to get the dragon. I can't dive into that because even if the Shen goes over and I dive in with like a hook shot over the wall, I'm jumping into like 2 or 3 people, not 3 or 4. Jax was top lane. But I had no team to back me up there, so I couldn't really make the play for the mountain apart from trying to straight up steal it. But then Shen blocks that option, so then all my options are just left in just trying to kill the Shen. And that was my only play. So I pick up the Shen, they pick up a mountain dragon. It's just a trade I'm gonna have to make. I don't have any team to rely on right now, they're all feeding. Apart from Varus, maybe, he's doing okay. But yeah, I have no one to rely on, so I'm definitely gonna have to play this quite safe, but then also, like, smart. If you know what I'm saying? So the dragon play, for example, just earlier, I knew I wasn't going to be able to get the mountain dragon, so I might as well take the kill in that situation. Might as well pick up the Shen. He pretty much offered himself for the dragon. And yeah, it's a very good play from Shen. I would make that trade if I was that Shen any day of the week, like giving my life for the dragon, because there was no way the enemy team was going to be able to get the dragon if Shen didn't make that play, because their jungler was top lane, I was right there, I was easily able to smite steal that, and then we would have had the mountain dragon for free pretty much. Because I can use the blasting plant over the wall and then E back over the wall to the other side, and yeah, that way. Alright, here they do pick up an inhibitor though, because, well, I can't really 1v5, my entire team died, / was doing some random shit, so there's really nothing much for me to do right there. So yeah, now Riven right there makes a very big mistake. I was waiting for an opportunity right here to actually jump in. You have to remember on Camille, if you're looking to teamfight with Camille, you have to remember that you're very squishy. Because you're pretty much an assassin, like bruiser type, assassin type champion, that's what you are. So you have to make sure that you position yourself correctly and go for an opportunity that, like, an engage opportunity that you can do something with. Alright, here, I could mindlessly jump in, like, right now. I could mindlessly jump on, like, the Riven and probably get enough range, but I don't have a team to back me up right now, so I'm just chilling. Waiting for my team to get a little bit more in position. Alright, here, Alistar died. My LeBlanc's over here, my Trandamir's right behind me right now, and Varus is right there. There's really no way. I can easily make this engage, but there's nothing I can do right now. Shen is bot lane, so that's pretty good for us. He does have his ultimate, though. Now, right here, the Riven walks up too far. There, Anivia walks this way, so Riven is literally alone. This is the perfect choice for me to go in. I E onto the Riven, stun him, and then as you can see how much actual damage I just put out on this guy. With my true damage hit, I didn't actually get my true damage hit off. I flash out of the Anivia so I don't get walled in on some like weird direction, and then all I have to do is position myself in such a way that they can't walk this way, and then the Varus ultimate he doesn't have it up, but then it would have pressure on it. They are focusing the Tranamir right now. I'm looking to get in a good position here to hit this Twitch and the Anivia. Jax is going to try to go for the Tranamir here, so I flank around. I go for the Anivia, go for the Twitch. Now chase onto the Jax because the Twitch flashed over that way. There's really no chasing that, and I do as much damage to the Jax as possible. Also red smite him, so his damage gets reduced. Now as soon as Twitch shows up, you see me hookshot and stun the Twitch as fast as possible. Because, like, he is so squishy, all I have to do is make contact with the initial hit and he dies. That's really what we do right there, and because of that play, because of that Riven misstepping slightly and me instantly going for that play, we can easily pick up a Baron right now. So that's really, really good for us. Now we see the Jax here. The LeBlanc has a good side positioning, and then the snares him. I can get over the wall with hookshot fairly easily, and then kill the Jax real quick with true damage, and then that way we can pick up a free Baron. I'm 15-5-4 right now. I have 19 kill participation out of our 23 kills. I'm definitely hard carrying this run right now. Yeah, this is pretty much like perfectly how you want to play Camille this game. Like high early pressure. Like, look for those types of off the side type of engages on team fights, because if you don't, then you're not winning anything. You can't straight dive into the enemy team, because that's not going to work on Camille. You have to make sure you come in from the side and try to get their squishy targets, because, like, you deal so much damage that you're going to be able to kill those squishy targets very, very easily. You'll also do a lot of damage to tanks. Like, I can easily go for that Shen and, like, two-shot him because I have true damage. But it's better to go for, like, the Twitch or the Anivia, because they are going to have more pressure in fights. Riven right now is not worth that much, so hey. Now right here, I see the Riven clear this ward with her sweeping lens. I'm in position right now, so if she walks up, which I'm pretty sure she will. As you can see, I still have some vision over her right now clearing this. Now I know she's going to walk up into about this direction. I don't know exactly where she is, so I just jump. It doesn't matter if I hit the stun or not, but I do hit the stun in this case. I'm also just straight up gonna ult her because I don't want her to get away. This is a very good catch for me. My ult's a 64-second cooldown anyway, so it doesn't matter too much. And I just finish this guy off. Now at this point, Anivia is still top lane, and I see this. I initially wanted to go for the Anivia, but then I saw the Riven. So I literally, all I have to do is just run up right here to the Anivia. There's nothing she can do. I have enough range to be able to go through this wall. I can use the W tactic out of your jump to slow this Anivia down and then egg her real quick. And then right here, I just kind of give the kill to LeBlanc because I have 16 kills. I need my team to be a little bit stronger if I actually want to win a game. Or want to win this game, I need to give him something, you know? Like, you can't take everything. Sure, you can carry with that, but you have to play everything perfectly, and you have to make sure they don't focus you down very hard. So then, yeah. But right that back, I was able to pick up my Sterix, which is a massive spike on Camille. This synergizes really well with your Sheen procs. So this is going to give me a lot of extra, like, damage. 331 damage right there, but then I also get the Sterix. The base AD goes up. Camille's base AD is not too bad. It gives you, like, 62 plus, like, extra base attack damage later on, which is really, really nice. Plus the extra health and the tank potential is very good. And we saw the Twitch moving top lane here. The Twitch shows, Alistar goes in, and then we just I just obliterate them, I guess. But we saw him go invisible about there, or somewhere about here. So we know he's top lane. I was moving towards that instantly to follow this up. I'll slow this down. You can see the amount of damage I put out with the Sterix Trinity Force combo. Now Alistar sees the Twitch, instantly combos the Twitch, which is very much what he had to do. I get in range for a hookshot on the wall. I can get in range for the hookshot on the Twitch. So just jump in. The exhaust was completely unnecessary, but it's all good. I just pretty much auto attack him and he's gone. And then the true damage hit is gonna be massive. Look at the chunk on this. That's my chunk. That's literally like half his HP bar. Nearly. That's insane. The Sterix Triforce combo gives so much burst damage. Like, my Q right now does about... I don't know exactly how much damage that is, to be honest. It's about 900, I think. Or 700-ish. I don't know. It's somewhere in that range. A very high number, at least. Actually, no. Let me think. It was like 825, I do believe. Something like that. Like, around the 800 mark. Right now, I definitely have to make sure that I keep my farm going a little bit more. I'm very close to picking up a Ravenous Hydra right now, which is going to allow me to pretty much win fights very easily. I'm still like 500 gold out of it right now. It's going to cost me 1400 from this moment in time. But having the lifesteal component, like the Vamp Scepter, is very, very big. It's going to allow me to stay in fights a lot longer, especially combined with the Sterix gauge. So I definitely want to have like that on me at all points. Like, if you can just randomly pick up a Vamp Scepter, that's never bad. It's never, never bad. Because that lifesteal is going to be very crucial. Now, here, Twitch walks up. I'll go back here. The main thing I have to right now, if you look at the enemy team, There are two really big threats, and that's Twitch and Jax. Anivia is a good threat, but not that big of a threat. She is very immobile, and she's a pretty easy kill, but the Twitch ultimate can decimate my team. So I have to make sure that I kill the Twitch as fast as possible in this case. Alright, here what happens. We see the Twitch moving in right here, or we don't see it, but the Twitch is moving in right here. And about to open up onto Varus, thinks he gets a good chance, but then I get the hook shot, instantly ulting him, making sure that I do as much damage to him as possible, pretty much one-shotting him straight up. Using my W to try to stay alive as much as possible. I do get the healing reduction from the ignite on me, which is really what's gonna kill me right now. If I didn't get ignited, I would have been completely fine, but I do get killed there because I got hard focused down by pretty much all the enemy's damage. They used everything on me, so my team was actually able to clean this up, which is not too bad for me. Puts my team a little bit back into the game. I don't mind taking a death for that, because I did, like, assassinate the Twitch, and I did pull a lot of damage out of that, so it's really not bad. Here my team has Baron, can easily move up towards pushing some turrets. The Jax and the Riven can't do anything into this. They will guaranteed lose, so they have to respect it. My team shouldn't dive it though, that's a bad call, but they can easily pick up this turret as well. They do have to respect the fact that the Twitch is going to come back alive, / the entire enemy team is going to come back alive, so they can only pick up the turret right now, and then right after that they will have to back. After that fight, I was able to pick my Ravenous Hydra up, so that's a really big power spike for me. It's going to give me a lot of extra damage, especially extra burst damage as well, as you can see. If I am right on top of someone, this will do like 350 damage. Combine that with my E, the Electrocute proc, and then also like an auto attack or two with a Sheen proc, you're pretty much insta-gibbing any squishy on the enemy team. Jax is too tanky for me to kill, so that's really not going to happen for me, but yeah. Now right here, I am coming back from here. I don't want to use my E to get over this wall, because this plant's going to allow me to do that. I want to use this because the Jax is chasing the Varus right now. So my best play right now is just use the hook shot, get right in between the Jax and the Varus, stun the Jax, and I instantly ult him. So he's not able to jump out of this. If Varus just stays out of my ult range, then the Jax will never be able to kill him. And as you can see right now with my damage output, right here, I'm easily able to, like, this chunk coming in from the true damage is gonna destroy him. Look at that. Boom. Gone. Health bar dropped. Now I just easily clean that up, save my Varus at the same time, and the Jax dies. I can chase this down, go on the Shen. Shen is out of position right here. Twitch won't be able to open up on me. My E will come back up very soon. I'm just gonna finish it, the Shen right here, because I'm pretty sure my team would have had this kill. I can easily pick up the Shen from the side, get the hook shot in him, and he dies. Now right here, we get an Infernal out of that, which is really good for us. We definitely did not want to give the second Infernal to the enemy team. We see the Anivia on the ward right here. So what you do on Camille, again, positioning, hookshot over the wall, straight up get there, and just, she's just dead. The amount of distance you can close with that hookshot is actually insane. Now Jax disconnects here. I don't know if that's a rage quit disconnect or just a straight up disconnect, but I can imagine that Jax be pretty pissed, because his team fucked up. Well, his team fucked up and I just capitalized on everything, really. So they just lost straight up to me. So I don't know if that's a rage quit or just a disconnect, but yeah. I have 20 kills, 6 deaths, and 9 assists. We have 35 kills, so I have a good 85% and 90% kill participation, which is really sick. Same combo, trying to gauge on the Riven, but there's really no way of that happening. We just pick up the inhibitor here and back off. I do have quite a lot of gold right now. My last item in this build is going to be a GA, because it's going to allow me to dive in quite easily, get the kill on somebody, and then still survive through everything. Because then the GA will proc, and then, yeah. Right here, I'm just speed farming for my Guardian Angel pretty much. I'm very close. It's going to cost me like, I believe, 2100 gold total or something. So I'm trying to get that gold as fast as possible. Pretty much me picking up a GA right here will be just straight GG. I mean, if the Jax disconnects or rage quit, then it's already GG, but I didn't know it at this point, I'm pretty sure. Because, like, you can't see the enemy disconnect. So I had no idea the Jax wasn't here anymore. So I'm just speed farming it up through for my GA. I'm a little bit of gold out. 2100 gold is my item, and it's gonna be full build as well. I actually don't back yet. Interesting. I thought I was gonna back for my GA, but apparently not. Apparently my team is just... I'm just gonna push top lane with my team here. My team was already far up, so I understand why it was played that way. Now we see Shen ult, and the way... Like, the reason that's really bad from Shen is because it pretty much knows... It gives us away. We didn't see him ult on anything, so it means he's ulting on Twitch. So we know Twitch is gonna open up. And as soon as we know that, we can back off and make a play happen that way. So it's really not that smart from Shen to do that. But yeah. Right here, we just pretty much clean it up at this point. This is like a done game. I made enough plays this game to put my team in the lead and carry them through this one. So that's really, really good. And right here, Alistar with another one of his great mechanics saves the Riven. He made so many mistakes this game, man. It's actually insane. But yeah. Saves the Riven. We do end the game still, which is pretty good. And yeah, that is pretty much just how you want to play Camille. It's a perfect example of how you play this champion. High early game pressure. You can easily get a lot of ganks in by just using that hook shot with W combination to slow some people, or even just the hook shot straight up to get the stun on somebody and just completely burst them. Your ultimate cooldown should be used on cooldown pretty much to gank like any lane or just anything in general, because it's a guaranteed kill. So as soon as you have that, look for a gank, use it, and then that's the way you want to play it. Apart from that, I don't think I've missed anything. If you guys have any questions, make sure to put them in the comments below. I do read all my comments and I do reply to most of them. I try to help you out as best as I possibly can. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure to hit the thumbs up button as well. It means a lot. And subscribe for more. See you guys in the next video. Bye!